in my life and a beacon, and has helped me relight that flame inside of me.
Rick is by nature a unifying force because he leads with his passion, he leads with his knowledge.
He's viewed as a visionary leader who's always a few steps ahead of emerging public policy.
He was living family-driven practice before family-driven was even a moniker that most people were using.
We had a symposium here a couple of years ago celebrating Walker's 50th, and Rick was a rock star walking through the crowd. All the leaders in the field, and Rick was the magnet that they sought out.
Rick is really viewed in the field as somebody who's willing to think outside the box, to work with other stakeholders, to work collaboratively with state agencies.
And I'll tell you, it's the challenges that they're facing in public school are brutal.
He's all about collaboration and about uniting and leading by example with people.
One of the things that I've learned from Rick is to really think about every child who comes to us deserves the quality of care and education that we would want for our own children, and that always has to be the standard.
If you go into his office, he has a picture of pretty much every kid on the wall, and I think he wants to try to get to know everyone the best he can, and he always takes an interest in finding out deeper than just, you're some student here at the school.
I think it's a wonderful metaphor for how Rick focuses our attention on the children and the children's needs, and that what's it going to take to improve the life of these children.
It takes, experience and being able to get down into the emotional level of understanding what really the challenges are of each child.
Dan was adopted by a family and brought here, and through a series of misfortunes and luck, Dr. Small, in my mind, rescued him. He gave him so much emotional stability.
Well, every organization reflects the person at the top. And Dr. Small has taken a personal interest in Nash.
I think he's a really good friend to me because he takes care of me.
Unfortunately, Nash was the victim of abuse, sexual and emotional abuse. He was diagnosed with PTSD, and Walker is the preeminent facility for the treatment of children who are severely emotionally disturbed. Dr. Small has been a critical element in his success here at Walker.
He does a lot of things to help me out. Like, whenever I'm having a problem, he'll help me, settle me, because sometimes I need the help. He does a lot of good things for me.
The difference between Nash in 2006 and Nash in 2012 is just huge. It's enormous. And the Walker family has given him the gift of being able to go that far.
Dan got himself into Northeastern, and he just graduated this last year with a straight A average. A lot of it had to do with Rick. He was the one that turned his life around, not us, but Rick.
For 27 years, when the phone rang at 1 in the morning on a Sunday night, Rick took that call. And you don't live that kind of life. You don't, take on this kind of role if you don't have true passion for it.
I know he wouldn't necessarily view himself as a hero, but the work that he does has impacted thousands of lives.
He has built a wonderful program. He's nurtured and mentored and trained generations of staff to be leaders in the field, and I think Walker has a bright future.
He's given Nash a new life.
He really helped a lot of people here.
It's his leadership of this school that has enabled people to move on and heal themselves and have successful lives.